This is Sports Drive.
Welcome back into Sports Drive. Once again, I'm your host, Preston Moore. Joining me now is one of the only players who's been with the Sod Poodles all season long, leading now into that playoff push. He leads the Sod Poodles in a number of statistical categories. It's AJ Vukovich. AJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I want to talk a little bit about this playoff push because obviously in minor league baseball, when guys are getting called up, sent down, things are always changing. It's always fluctuating. But you've been with the team all season long and you've played phenomenal baseball with the team all season long. Do you think now that, we are in the playoff push, you're playing against the Travelers who are a playoff team, do you think going into this last couple games of the season, does the playoff push mean a little bit more to you? Do you feel a little bit more attached to it having been with the team for the entire season?
Yeah, definitely. It's only natural to sort of feel that way, just seeing all the things that have happened here, a lot of movement with guys going up, being traded, going down. And, there's been a few guys that have been here the whole year, plus the coaching staff. And, I think everyone's done a really good job of, no matter who's coming in and out, just getting them adjusted and feeling comfortable. And it's been a pretty close group, no matter who's been here the whole season. So, definitely is feeling pretty exciting around here just because, it's been a close group all season, no matter who's been here.
Yeah, definitely. And, you guys are obviously in first in the Texas League South, on track right now, hopefully, fingers crossed, knocking on wood on my desk right here, on track to make the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. But that being said, hopefully you can make the push. But like we've mentioned, the team can change, in and out from game to game. Obviously, you've had some heavy hitters, Ryan Bliss, Jordan Lawler. Jordan Lawler just getting called up to the big leagues just a couple days ago. But then that being said, you've also had guys get called up, like Ivan Melendez is a name that pops up in my mind. What can you say about the guys who have filled in on the Sod Poodles team, knowing that you've been there the whole time, you've seen the guys who left, how good they were, and you've seen the guys who came in and filled those shoes?
Yeah, there's been a lot of different guys that have come in and played a bunch of different roles, anywhere from guys like Ivan, who comes in and has a big role, in the lineup, to guys who were here earlier in the season, sort of like Kevin Bacuna, like guys who come in and, know their role off the bench, maybe pinch run, get a guy over. So no matter who we've had here, it's just sort of been, a close group and guys sort of know their role and what to do. And it's been cool to see guys go on like Jordan, make their debuts and, gives guys like us that are here, something exciting to look forward to and keep working hard for. And, everyone in the clubhouse knows how much talent we've had here. So it just drives us all to keep going and see where we can take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mentioned that you guys are on track to make the playoffs. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed until it's all said and done, and you do still have 9 games left, 3 against the Travelers, and then finishing out with a home series against the Frisco Rough Riders. You're 4 games up over Midland right now, and if you hold that spot, you'll make the playoffs. But that being said, plenty of baseball left to be played, and things can change at the drop of a hat in minor league baseball, that's for certain. How do you make sure that you stay sharp game in and game out and make sure that when 7:05 rolls around, you're ready to play?
Yeah, overall, just staying focused and, continuing to focus on the small details. It's the end of the season, guys can start to get tired around this part of the season and lose their focus. So I think it's just important to know that, when you look at the major league team, like the D-backs, and hopefully that's something everyone in this clubhouse wants to be a part of one day is if you want to be a part of that, you're going to be playing baseball. It's going to feel like year round. So you can't really get tired of the grind. And, no matter who's here and who's going to be in the lineup that day, just taking advantage of every opportunity. And, this is something that we'll look back on and always remember, being in contention for the Texas League playoffs. And, so we want to take advantage of that and, make some good memories while we have them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. One last question for you. When I think about the entire Texas League as a whole, obviously in the first half of the season, Arkansas winning the North Division, San Antonio winning the South. Right now, those are two teams that are kind of near the bottom of the standings in their respective divisions. Obviously, they don't need necessarily to be at the top because they have already secured a playoff spot. But that being said, you guys were in the hunt for a playoff spot at the end of the first half of the season, and you've been pretty consistently in the lead for the entire second half of the season. Do you think that you have what it takes to go up against any team that you face in the playoffs? Because you've been, in my opinion, one of the more, if not the most consistent team year-round.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good point. And, you know, I would say, yeah, we definitely have the confidence to feel like we can beat anyone in the division. So with the talent we have, and what's been really cool to see, especially as the year goes on, is how the pitching has stepped up. And I feel like that's, you know, the most important part of the team. To see those guys kind of get hot around this time is sort of, you know, a good cue for us to, you know, really make a push on the offensive end because they're doing their job. So if we continue to do what we've been doing all season, we got a little bit of everything on offense. So just playing as a team, and if we do that, I think there's no saying that we can't go all the way.
Absolutely. Well, AJ, thank you so much for joining the show. We're really excited to see what happens over the course of the next week and a half. Obviously, Sod Poodles 9 games left in the season. They'll be back in town on Tuesday for a home series with Frisco to close out the season. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, will be a spot in the playoffs. AJ, thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate it, and best of luck.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Sports Drive in just a second.